Attention please. The area is under surveillance. Attention please. The area is under surveillance.
That's nice. Hey folks, it is Thursday, August 29th. The time right now is 3:59 p.m. and the temperature is around 22 degrees Celsius, and I'm here at the Edwards Gardens, on the very western edge of the Edwards Gardens. And just up ahead is one of the wealthiest neighborhoods in not just the city, but all of Canada, and that's the famous Bridle Path. And it's sometimes dubbed as Millionaires Row. So for this one, we're going to be taking a walk around some of the streets in the Bridle Path. We'll also go take a peek at Drake's home. And I've done something I haven't done before. I rode an e-scooter to record this one, and I've locked it up. Here's my expert locking job. I've got a number of bikes and e-scooters, and if this one disappeared, I think I would be the less sad about it. Hence why I chose it. But what I might do for the last leg of this video is walk north up the Bridle Path here, just up to Post Road with the e-scooter, because we're going to kind of go in a big loop. The street here is the Bridle Path. And this park on the left connects to the Wilkett Creek. And whenever you go to a wealthier neighborhood in Toronto, well, pretty much any neighborhood, but particularly the wealthy ones, there never really seems to be much in the way of peace and calm. There's always construction and landscapers out, but there's really no way around it. And a lot of these homes are more like fortresses, protected by gates with security cameras, and you often don't get a great look into them. There's a new one going up on the left. So just south of here is Sunnybrook Hospital. And just to the west is Bayview Avenue. So this street is Park Lane. So we're going to cut across Park Lane here. We're going to make our way over to High Point Road. And that's where Gordon Lightfoot once lived. It's also where our house was used in the filming of the original Mean Girls. Look at this, it's like something out of a movie. There's a keypad. It's Probably a security guard watching me. I kind of want to go up. And get this view. That is nuts. I think one of these homes is also used in The Handmaid's Tale, as well as that show It Takes Two. Quite like that one, that bungalow. This is very common. A lot of these homes will have a gate with a security camera. And not the best view inside to the property. Drake's mansion in particular is kind of a fortress. I think this is the third walking video I've done through here. I also did one on my bike. Remember, one of them was almost an hour and a half long. We'll probably be taking a shorter route on this one. Look at this. Look at all that excavating. Raise the camera up. Are they building like underground parking? Maybe they're just adding a giant finished basement. I have no idea. If you know why they might have dug out in front of the home like that, I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Do let me know down in the description. That house is kind of in a similar style to the one Drake lives in. There's definitely a lot of famous names living in this neighborhood. It's a nice bungalow property. Although in Canada, we're not as big on that sort of Star Tour kind of thing like you would see in Hollywood. That one's got like a 60s vibe to it. Although back in the 20s, this area was mostly farmland. All right, so we're gonna head north up High Point here. Look at that one, it's like a castle. Well, starting in the 30s, some very large estates started to appear. I guess some people have probably had their eyes on this lot. That's a public school just on the left. There's the 162 Lawrence Donway bus. Sidewalks on this side, but all the big homes. Oop, I thought I had my zoom on. Over on that side. This is 38 Park Lane. One of these used to be occupied by Conrad Black, the media mogul. Kind of tempted to look into this one. There's people, both people behind me on the sidewalk are watching what I'm doing, like they're protective neighbors or anything. Oh well. That guy just started running again, and that guy gave me a pretty good stare. He's looking back. You will see a lot of people just driving through here and kind of rubbernecking. Dynasty Custom Homes. Can't really get much of a peek into that lot. I think Mick Jagger has lived in the Bridle Path before, as well as Celine Dion. That guy from Shark Tank, Robert Hurt. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name. We'll call him Robert H. What do they have going on? Are they filming something there? All those rings? This is 32. And they've got more of that apparatus over on this side of the property. Hey Google, what was the Mean Girls house in the Bridle Path? I forget the address. I'm cheating here. 29.
This house in the Bridle Path is located at 11 High Point Road. This luxurious 13-bedroom, 14-bathroom mansion was featured in the iconic 2004 film as the home of Regina George, the queen bee of the plastics. It's a stunning property with over 18,000 square feet of living space, including a detached coach house suite. If you're a fan of the movie, you might be interested in knowing that the house has been on and off the market several times over the years.
Wow, look at that. Look at those steps leading up it. Hello.
Are you doing, I guess you are measuring or doing something, yeah? In the area?
No, I'm just walking.
Oh. Okay, I thought it, yeah, okay, thank you.
No. Take care. I think this is a property that was abandoned. And she's going on it, but I remember walking through here in the past. This is Lawrence Avenue East, but Lawrence Avenue kind of gets cut off just east of here, and it resumes just to the north, or rather to the south of here, off of Bayview. I think that lady thought my camera was like some kind of measuring device. Yeah, we are north of Sunnybrook Hospital. Bayview to the west, which is on our left, and Wilkett Creek to the east. There's an enormous property. Value-wise, a lot of these homes sell for well in the double digits of millions. I always find gold gates like that are kind of tacky. Well, that was number 20. So this might be the Mean Girls home coming up. Which apparently has either undergone or will be undergoing a pretty serious renovation. Oh, that's number 15. Look at that. And then you have this property, number 18. It seems downright tranquil. So I think it was this one up on the left here, 16, that was occupied by Robert H. of Shark Tank and Dragon's Den fame. And I think this is the one Mick Jagger stayed at as well. There's a home right at the end where Prince used to live. I'll be walking past. Number 16. There's the Mean Girls home. I tried to watch the updated version, but it was a lousy musical. It was so hard to sit through. I think Tina Fey nailed it with the original one. And there's an abandoned property right here. I've seen some documentaries. The guys have taken their cameras and gone through some of these lots. I think they even made their way into some of the homes. So we're almost at Post Road. We'll make a left and head down the street Drake's mansion is on. Looks like new gates are going up at this property. Look at that. I don't want to stand here too long until a security guy runs out. Those construction workers are looking at me like, what's that guy doing? I've done walking videos through other wealthy neighborhoods in Toronto. Numerous ones through Forest Hill, north and south, and Rosedale. But there's nothing that quite has the grandeur of this place. It doesn't have that old world feel to it. There's definitely no shortage of excess. And for that matter, tackiness. That's number 5. We must be near the top of the street. Sold. You could look this one up online. Number 6. Ooh, it looks like there's a repair needed in the center of the driveway. There's probably a garage, as the British would say, somewhere around the side. There's an ice cream truck. There's no doubt a lot of generational wealth and new money in this area, where a neighborhood like Rosedale, I think, is primarily generational wealth or old money. As some might say. And there's a lot more to it than just these few streets I'm showing. There's a whole section nestled just north of here, including another stretch of the Bridle Path, the street name. This is Post Road, where I don't really have a sidewalk. I'll just wait till traffic dries up and then I'll cross the road. But because Lawrence Avenue gets interrupted at Bay Street, a lot of people driving have to come this way. Oh. They've got a massive skeleton up. I wonder if they're just getting an early jump on Halloween. Big private basketball court in there. So this is Park Lane again coming up, so we're going to make a left. And take that all the way pretty much back to where I started. Then I'm going to grab the e-scooter and we're going to walk with the e-scooter up the Bridle Path up to where Prince lives, or rather lived or resided. So I don't think we're quite at the halfway mark yet. The street is Hyde Park. whenever it's been named after Hyde Park in London. Let's go after this motorbike. And I recorded the ride on the e-scooter up here. That'll be available to channel members and Patreon supporters, gold tier and higher. You can look for that posted on my Patreon page, if you're a member, as well as the community tab. If you're a YouTube channel member, Pump It Entertainment DJ service. Warning, live video surveillance. Monster home going in, no doubt. That house is almost entirely obscured from this angle. But this one's got a fortress-like design out front. It's got nothing on Drake's home, which you'll see in a few minutes. Some much more pedestrian homes on the right. We'll keep the camera pointed over there. You can see more of this one anyways. But when I rode by, there was no security just hanging out in front of Drake's home like there usually is. And there was that incident earlier this year where I think there was a drive-by shooting. And one of his security team members may have been hit. Not really pay that close attention to what's going on in the world of Drake. There's a big lot. Looks either abandoned or someone started prepping it for development. And this home on the left always kind of has like a summer camp vibe to it. You'll see what I mean in a moment. Got these figurines out front. Mini car on like a pedestal. some of you are watching to see this. There's Drake's house. There's some videos showing it off in pretty good detail on YouTube. That is I think 50,000 square feet. I've heard that figure. I've heard 35,000 square feet. It's got a basketball court. I mentioned that house we saw earlier had kind of a similar design to it. There's always like vehicles and people out front though. You can see he wrote the embassy in front of the house. Probably already caught the attention of a security dude. They're used to it. I don't know how much of the year he actually spends there. I always thought if I was that rich and had a place out here, I'd probably have a nice pad downtown as well. Hey Google, how much is Drake's house in Toronto worth? This is the lazy way of making one of these videos.
Drake's house in Toronto is estimated to be worth $100 million. It's a custom-built mansion with a lot of luxurious features.
$100 million. Back in the day, you could have built a sports arena for that, a professional one. I think this project here might not be an active one. Look at the camera looking in there a little better. It certainly doesn't look like anyone's accessing it regularly. Various contractors have their signs in front of it. If you're curious as to what some of these homes go for, you can just type Bridle Path real estate listings into Google. But you'll see a lot of $15 and $16 million listings. That one seems to be actively under construction. Looks like it's almost finished. This one's got like Captain Jack defending it. This area protected by security patrol. They've got a Ferrari. Must be having a party. There's a Lambo. They're sending the chopper after me. Oh, there it is. So in previous times I came up here to record, other than the time I took my bike, I've taken this bus here that snakes through this area. I think it comes maybe once every 30 minutes or so. That's Lawrence Avenue. This might have been the house that had that giant colorful sculpture in the front yard I used in a thumbnail of a prior video. And it's bad timing for us. There's a security dude in front. That's nice. I wonder if there was a person watching who pressed a button. Oh, look at this tree. Or if there was like a motion detector that triggered that. That there's an absolute monster development. Oh, that's part of that same property, I think. This one looks like it could be an art museum. No trespassing. It's kind of like how Dollarama just routinely plays security aisle 6 checks just randomly. And I think this one may have been vacant in prior strolls through here. Here comes the bus. probably not too many of these locals have ever taken that bus. I bet some of their help has. There's a school just up ahead on the right, and the street's going to bend to the left. And there's a whole section just south of here that'll lead into Sunnybrook Park. But we're going to skip that. I guess students at this school, they rely on that bus. Look at these trees. These are absolutely stunning. Better landscaping than you'll find at Disney World. A lot of these properties. The Park Lane Public School. Although that school is all fenced off. All right, and I believe we are now going east. So we're heading back towards where I started. I don't normally overlap any stretches when I record my videos, but we're going to do that just for a few minutes up ahead. This should be High Point. We could go right here. And there's a lot of nice, slightly smaller homes and lots. That's going to add 20-30 minutes to an already long video. So if you want to skip ahead at this point until I get back to where the scooter is, then I'm going to unlock it and we're going to walk it north up to Post Road. I wouldn't blame you. It's only going to take a few minutes to get there. There's High Point once again. I'm going to pick up my walking pace a little bit. That one's got really intricate curved roof. I bet some of these people with these older homes much prefer where they are to some of these newer mega mansions going up around them. This is like Drake's Mansion 2.0. Going in on the right. And here I am booking 140 square foot hotel rooms. There's people living like this. That's life. Someone opening their gates. We got a close look at this one earlier. So now it's time to answer the question nobody is asking. Is my e-scooter still there? It's a bell box. They're one of the large telecoms. Oh, there's an ambulance. Its lights on going by. There's the scoot machine. All right, I'm gonna briefly pause the video and we're gonna walk this thing up the bridle path up to Post Road, and we're gonna end it up. You know what I mean. Ta-da! Let's see how annoying this is. To walk with the scooter while recording. Really don't want to just have to walk back and get it. If this doesn't work out, suppose I could just strap the camera to my chest. And ride it. It's the Edwards Gardens, home of the Toronto Botanical Gardens. I apologize, the last little bit of this video is going to be with a rattly e-scooter. Maybe I can put this into eco mode. And if we see a home worth slowing down for, I'll stop recording. Look at this. Oh, that's the home that I once featured in a thumbnail. You don't get the best view with the sun right now, but look at that. I dig it. Maybe I'll put my camera into tilt lock mode here. We do this weird hybrid riding, walking recording. I'll wait for this pickup truck. Imagine if I had dropped my camera. There's a big new one going in. Okay, we're at Lawrence Avenue. Oh, we saw that Cadillac on the left earlier. There was a home just up here, I think on the right, that sold for like $35 million. A few years ago. Look at that. Ooh, that's loud and bumpy. There's a nice bungalow. There's a lot of cars coming up this stretch. I'll do my best to make sure we don't miss any large properties. Nothing there on the left. Nothing to be seen on the right. Ooh. A lot of construction going on here. I I do remember this stretch being less interesting than the other major streets I recorded. That's why I kind of saved it for the end. Oh, that's weird. Ferris. I don't know if that's a permanent sign or a temporary one. Designer Master Builder. I was hoping there'd be something we could see in here. But there is something across the street. A monster property. Wonder how much it costs to give that house a fresh coat of paint every year. There's another one, but you can't really see much into it. Speed bump coming up. There's another big one on the right. This might have been that one that sold for like 35 million several years ago. But what we're gonna do is we're just gonna ride up to where the Prince home is. And we'll wrap the video up. Pull this thing off of the sidewalk while we saved some time. There it is, 61, the Bridle Path. That's the home that Prince called home. I think someone else might have called it home as well who was notable. But on that note, I do want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tour of one of the richest and wealthiest neighborhoods in the country. Do let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support what I do on YouTube, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides, and there is a super thanks button appearing down below if you wish to say thanks that way. Anywho, thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one. Yoink!